Good morning, gentle people. Today is November 6th. And if it's your birthday, happy birthday. All right, let's see. What is the message for today, November 6th? What is the message for today, November 6th? Do I see one? I see two. This one turned over. Oh, that one came out yesterday. But this one was the one that popped out first, and it says, okay, OD. Okay, OD. Okay, ode. All right, and this one says, take your troubles to a tree. It's interesting because that one came out not too long ago. Let's see what this says. What does this mean? What does this mean? All right. Obviously, you're out to get something. You're out to get something. What is it that you're trying to get? What are we trying to get? Let's see. Well, maybe clarity, or maybe you're trying to let your troubles go. But let's go deeper. Hold on. Let's see. What are you trying to get? Let's see here. Look, maybe you're trying to get clarity as to what your purpose is. Oh, wow, this is interesting. This is interesting. You don't even know. You don't even know that you are meant to work spirituality. You don't even know. You showed up one day on earth and you're here just doing your thing, going after this, going after that, going after this, going after that. And what you need to be going after is your spirituality. If you focused, that laser focus on your spirituality, you would notice that your things would go better. Things would go better for you, as opposed to constantly going after things and then they not working out for you. For example, I want this job, so you go after it with the arrow, however arrows work, I don't know. However arrows work, you go after it, and then when you get the job, you realize, this is not what I thought it was. This is not, I don't know about this job. People talk too much, or I don't know. The people, I don't like the people. It's not in the right space. But what you're not noticing is that you're not even supposed to be in those workspaces. The type of work you're supposed to be working is spirituality. And I'm not saying you're not supposed to get a job. Get your job, right? You have your normal job, but you also work spirituality. And what is spirituality? It doesn't necessarily mean you have to work religion of any kind. It could be Muslim, it could be Christian, it could be whatever it is, whatever your ministry is, right? Because we're not putting labels here. Whatever it is that you're after, whatever it is that speaks to your heart, that's what you do. It doesn't necessarily mean you're working religion, but you have to be able to depend on your own, I'm going to call it intuition. But when you get these messages from your spirits, from your spirit guides, from your ancestors, from dreams, you hear a message through a song, through some poetry, through a sign, a literal billboard, and they speak to you. That is your sign that that's what you need to go after. If you feel that in your heart it burns when you see a message and it speaks to you and it moves you deeply, that is your spirituality saying that's what you need to go after. Now, I'm not talking about when you get all flamey and hot because you see the sex that you like. In other words, you see the girl you like, or you see the boy you like, or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. No. I'm talking about the things that you are here to do. Here's an example. I work at a liquor store here in Pennsylvania. Okay? I work at a liquor store. That's all I do. I move bottles here and there. I move boxes here and there. I pack people's stuff up. I send them out. I have lots of good conversations with the people that come there. And the reason why I like this job so much, even though it's a simple job of moving bottles here and there, it's because people come to pick up liquor for different reasons. Some people celebrate a milestone, good grades, a wedding anniversary, a death anniversary. Some people are so sad and they need to get things off their chest, or they need to get those feelings moving. And so they come and they drink a little. And so I have the opportunity to speak to all of these people at their level, where they are. And that's my calling. But you know what my calling is even beyond that? Is that when it's somebody's birthday, I have a whole candy bowl full of stickers. And you could be turning 21, but you could be turning 61 or 71. And I got a sticker for you. And I got a hug for you. And we have a whole conversation about your birthday. Because to me, you were born. You passed into this life. You chose to come here to learn something. And then we talk about how has it been for the last 21 years? How has it been for the last 31 years? How has it been for the last 41 years? And that is my calling. Right? So going back to you, when you see a sign, I'm going to make this up. It's behind a truck, and you've always wanted to drive a truck, but you're there sitting on the side of the road doing whatever it is that you're doing, and it says, "How's my driving?" And you're like, "I should be driving. I've always wanted to drive either Formula 41 or a truck or a cyber truck or anything, a BMW, a Jaguar." I don't know what the cars are. I don't even drive. I haven't driven for I don't know how long. But let's suppose you've always wanted to drive for Formula 1, for whatever that is, the Formula, those race cars. And you're sitting there and it says, "How's my driving?" And you have this pang in your heart. That's the sign that that's what you need to be doing, right? Apart from that's the spirituality part. You feel it in your heart, like, this is what I need to be doing. As opposed to whatever it is that you're actually doing that brings you no joy. Does that make any sense to anybody but me? I hope this helped in some way. Anyway, I forgot about this card. This card is asking you to go into nature and talk about these things, the spirituality that you should be practicing. Nature enhances your spirituality. And if you have any doubts as to where to start, that's where you need to start, in nature. Yeah, you want to drive for Formula, whatever number it is, whatever those race cars are. Maybe you want to drive for that. But you go into nature in order to confirm, because nature speaks back. Nature has its own way of sending you signals and sending you signs and sending you confirmation as to what your heart's desire is. I hope this helped. Please walk in joy and know that this place, Ijomosoro, is sacred, divine, and special just because you're here and just because you exist. And I'm so glad that you exist in this space with me. Ashe.